All right, so my name is Sumaya, aka Jamie, and I homeschool my children. I've been doing it for quite a long time, and we're schooling out of the kitchen today. So it's kitchen class, homeschool kitchen class. So anyway, we have a board here, and it's a makeshift board because my actual classroom in my house is a mess. It's being renovated. So anyway, I'm talking about crafting power sentences, show, not tell. And we've already worked on our sentences, so I'm just going to give a quick overview of what we've done so you can follow along. So we took a basic sentence. The boy went up the stairs, and we charted it. And how we charted it is that we placed the section for mood next to the sentence, and we put certain moods here. So Layla, make sure, Layla, my daughter, is actually filming. So go ahead and see if you can get close, because it's kind of small written. I don't have the best handwriting. But here we have moods of excited, reluctant, sad, scared, sneaky, happy, carefree, and angry. And I actually got this chart from another educator online. So anyway, within this section of the sentence, we broke the sentence up in subject, verb, and other. I would call other. Or complement, it could also be preposition, or what have you, but that's the latter part of the sentence. So the beginning, middle, and end of the sentence. So here, in the beginning of the sentence, we have subject development and dependent clause. And we talk about dependent clauses if you don't know what that is. For the verb, we have verb choice. And we kind of broke up the prepositional phrase here. And then we have the stairs, which is the ending of the sentence, and we're going to develop that with adjectives and description. So everything is going to be surrounded against the mood or relative to the mood. So every part of the sentence that we develop is going to be relative to excited, reluctant, sad, scared, sneaky, happy, carefree, and angry. We've already completed the chart, well, except for angry. We started with the verb first because that's the easiest way to go. And we looked to see how the boy could go up the stairs when he's excited. And the kids came up with ran up, raced up, and jumped up. So those are some of the some of the ways. Those are my kids trying to hide. But like I said, homeschooling. So we do homeschool. So anyway, ran up, raced up, jumped up. Those are showing descriptions on what excited could look like. All right? Mm-hmm. Show, not tell. So many times we just tell about a sentence and we don't show it. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is have a verb choice of reluctant or sad. And we have moped up and dragged himself. And it should say dragged himself up. So let me go ahead and correct that. The long staircase, but we'll get to that point. So moped up and dragged himself up. So reluctant or sad. We have scared and sneaky. And the kids came up with crept up, tiptoed up, or snuck up. And these are really good choices. And they're really using their brains. They're thinking of how to show and because went up is basically telling. Showing is giving some type of energy to that word so the reader or the observer or the listener can imagine what these things look like. All right, so we have the happy and carefree. Verb choice skipped up, danced up, and bounced up. And the verb choice for angry was stomped up. We couldn't really come up with anything else because, well, we did, but we just decided to use stomped up. You're stomping up the stairs. When you choose show, not tell, you start to create an image in your mind. So that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to craft power sentences where you're showing and not telling. The boy went up the stairs is just a basic sentence. You're telling something. You're just telling what he did. But you don't have any energy behind it. You don't have any emotions behind it. You don't even know what kind of staircase. You don't even know much about the boy. And you don't even know how he traveled. So that's why we need to show and not tell. So we decided to go to the stairs description and broaden that, or limit it actually. Limit what type of stairs. So we try to still relate it to the mood and the movement of the sentence. So since we said raced up and jumped up or ran up, we said that he was at the bottom of the steps, so the boy raced up to the top of the stairs. Or someone said we could just put the stairs. We don't have to overload the sentence. Reluctant and sad, we try to fit that mood with the staircase in its image. So if you're looking up the stairs and you're going, oh man, I'm just not feeling it, you're reluctant and sad, it's a long staircase. And we changed the word from stairs to staircase in this instance. Or it could be the spiral staircase, because spiral is usually long. And they're going to mope up that long staircase, or drag himself up the spiral staircase. Scared and sneaky. And when I mean sneaky, I don't mean that he's done something wrong. It's just like he's sneaking up the stairs carefully. So that's why we use crept up, tiptoed, and snuck up. But we decided to give an ambiance to the staircase. And now it's the dark and shadowed stairs. And remember, I got this actually off of a Pinterest site. Let me give her some props. The person that developed this has a site called Teaching My Friends, and I absolutely love it. So you guys should just go and check that out, Teaching My Friends. So anyway, the next emotion was happy and carefree, and we used skipped up, danced up, and bounced up, and we just simply kept it as the stairs, because like I said, you don't have to overload the sentences when you're developing and crafting power sentences. All right. We went to angry, and we wanted to really give some type of emotion to that. So we said stomped up each step of the staircase. So every step of the staircase, he's just stomping, 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 just to show and not tell. All right, so the third thing that we developed, so we went from the center to the end and to the beginning, was the subject matter. And I say this for last because we didn't go over dependent clauses for some of my children. And in brief, dependent clause is a group of words, right, that come together, and it has a verb and a subject of the verb. Dependent clauses do not make a complete thought. It needs an independent clause to make it complete. An independent clause doesn't need any help, but it will still have a subject and its verb. And I said subject and its verb, not subject and predicate, for a reason, because it's not a sentence, it is a clause. All right, so here we have certain clauses that will add to the sentence to make it a power sentence. Instead of saying the boy, we use the word excited to give some relative. With a gleam in his eye, the boy raced up to the top of the stairs. So now it's a more complete, more visual, showing power sentence and not a telling sentence. The next one was reluctant and sad. One of my children said, oh, your shoulders are shrugged over. I thought that was perfect. So shoulders shrugged, comma. Oh, and here's a comma behind here. Let me go back to this sentence. With a gleam in his eye, comma. That separates the clause. The boy, and then we continue. So here, the shoulders shrugged. It's still a clause. It has a verb and the subject of its verb, comma. The boy sighed and dragged himself up or moped up the long staircase or the spiral staircase. Here, we added some energy to the boy, what he's doing. What does reluctant and sad look like? Now we're at scared and sneaky. Someone came up with this concept, one of my children, my 14-year-old daughter Layla, actually, and my son came up with this one, but with whole body trembling, not with the whole body, with whole body trembling. The timid little boy, and my 12-year-old daughter got that one, crept up the dark and shadowed stairs, or tiptoed or snuck up, whichever one you want to use. And you don't have to use these choices, use your own, develop your own, but this is just a guide to help you with what it would look like. All right, so the next one is happy and carefree. And so we decided to show that in the description. So while smiling and humming, the boy skipped up, danced up, or bounced up, and just the stairs. And here we just kind of imagine what would one do when they're happy or carefree. And the last one we didn't do, so we'll do that together now. And yeah, This is kitchen classroom. So I have to improvise. Bilal, can you hold this side? So angry. One of my daughters actually, I said, show me angry. Go ahead and show that face. And she made that face. And come on, camera lady. She's got to keep the camera still.
Sorry, I'm
But
laughing.
anyway, she showed that face. I said, oh, that's a scowl. And coincidentally, the chart that I'm patterning this off of said, it wrote scowl. I'm gonna post this. Don't do that. So anyway, it says with a scowl on his face, with a scowl on his face, comma, the boy stomped up each step of the staircase. So that concludes crafting power sentences. As far as charting, to craft your own sentence is to chart it out. You'll have a different sentence outline here, but always keep subject development, dependent clause, and adjective description in these 3 boxes, and mood here, and then write your moods. It doesn't have to be these moods, it could be different moods. And then take a basic sentence and develop it and craft your power sentence. All right, so that's it for the show Not Tell Sentences. Again, my name is Sumaya, aka Jamie, and we are concluding homeschool kitchen classroom.